Alright, what's up everyone? So today, as you can see, we're doing some praying hands. I stenciled it by hand. I haven't been using Procreate. If I do use it, it's for more tattoos that have a lot of lines, something crazy like that. With this, I like to just do it myself. I stenciled it kind of simple. Especially it's a little bit smaller, so I did a little less detail, a little more simplified, even though it still looks pretty detailed compared to the image. But right now I'm using Sharpies to add like the border, like the rays, kind of like all fit in together. I start with my lightest color first, just to make sure that I like what I'm doing first, and then I'll kind of add all the darker colors eventually. You'll be seeing it keep going and going. But right now that you guys are listening and everything, go follow me on Instagram and on TikTok. Subscribe to the channel right now if you already aren't. Don't just be looking up my name on the search thing. Just subscribe already. But anyways, go comment or DM me on Instagram that you follow me on YouTube. Let me know if I've helped you learn anything. I've been getting a lot of new people messaging me about these videos where I'm talking over them now. But anyways, there's a couple questions on the last video that I want to answer that people left, and that I want to let you guys know what I think or my answers to the certain questions. So someone had asked, they want to know how I found my style, and if I started out aiming for that type of style. So every time I used to draw, I felt like I always sort of knew the style I wanted. I always knew I didn't want it simple. I always wanted to add more detail and more detail, and at first I couldn't because I wasn't as good. So it was more of me slowly building up to the style I wanted, which was really detailed work. Sometimes I simplify stuff a little bit more and add a little bit more of like a thick outline, or something's not as realistic, but that's just what I like to do. I just liked it, so it kind of just came to me in a way that I like the style. And then like for any other artists out there, there might be a style that you like that you're chasing, or maybe you don't have a style yet, and eventually it'll kind of come. You'll just start tatting and you'll see what you like to do, or maybe there's an artist you like and you want to kind of imitate that a little bit and make it into your own and switch it up. It'll just come. It's hard to like really, say if you're not aiming for a certain style. It's kind of hard to say like what it'll be or how it will come. But yeah, right now in the video I got all the marker Sharpie design in, and right now all I'm doing is just going in with my 3-round liner, lining everything, making sure all the lines are in. For most of the lines, I don't only use black. I use like a lighter tone, and then I just do a quick outlines to make sure this, especially on the neck. The neck's tough to tattoo. You want to get all of the you want to get all of the stencil out the way. My bad, I was checking on my dog. You want to get all of the stencil out of the way so you don't have to worry about it, especially on the neck, since it's a tough spot to tattoo. Once that's gone, it's more like a puzzle. You're just fitting in spots, making sure your hand, your arm are in the right position to pull lines or do shading, because sometimes it's like I can only tattoo a certain way when my arm's put a certain way, or else I won't be able to do it as good. And then another thing was, do you think we're all destined to land on a style that we're naturally good at and enjoy? I think it is possible. If you're chasing a style that you want to do and that's all you want to do, you could find that, you could chase it, whatever. You don't have to get stuck in a style that you don't like to do. And I'm pretty sure there are artists that are like that, doing styles that they don't really like to do anymore. I feel like we all, if you're good at a style, you've liked it at one point. you know, and you just probably kind of stopped liking it because you're doing it so much. You know what I mean? It's like for me with lettering, there's days I don't really want to do this lettering. It's not that it's too much, it's just it gets boring because it's really repetitive, just line filling in, line filling in, you know, compared to black and gray where I'm doing all these different movements, light grays, dark grays, stuff like that. And then let me see if there's any other questions. And someone wants to know the drop system and how I choose needles for a certain piece. So for my drop system, it's a 6 drop, 16 drop, half black, full black, all dynamic. That's what I use, just dynamic black. It's not triple black. I don't use triple black. I feel like it's too thick. The regular dynamics, just that it's perfect for me. And then for my needles, the way I go, so this is a smaller piece, but for the most part, I feel like a 3 round liner, a 7 round liner, and a 7 curve mag is all I need because it's a smaller. I don't need a 13 curve mag or anything bigger that's too big for shading. Obviously the 3 round liner, I get all the small details. 7 round liner, I could throw a nice thicker outline, so it's stronger, it stands out a little bit more while it's in that that frame of the, it's supposed to be like making the hands glow, like the rays and the border. And then I also use the 9 round shader, but I hardly use it. I just came back kind of at the end and like kind of touched things up instead of using my liner, made it a little bit easier. And then let me see, I think those were, there might be other couple questions, but these stood out the most. And then I think that was it for those questions. If you have other questions, other things you guys want to know, let me know. But anyways, so right here you can see all the, you know, I'm hitting all the lines, getting the shadings, and this is all lighter tones. In the actual hands of the shading, it's a lighter tone. For the outlining, I think I still use the light tone just to make sure everything's in there. But anyways, if you're watching this video, that means you're trying to better your life. You know, you're trying to get better at tattooing, you're trying to learn more, you're trying to be greater than you are today. You know, and you just gotta keep pushing, stay motivated. And a lot of times, not even about being motivated, it's just being consistent. You know, there's days where you don't want to get up, do the things, but you gotta get up, you gotta do them. But you can see I'm getting in there, just kind of outlining everything. Just because I outline things doesn't mean it has to be black. Just always remember that you can outline with a lighter tone, so you can see everything as soon as you're done. But yeah, to any artists out there, let me know any questions you guys want to know. Whew. And it's hot today. Today is September 9th, it's Friday. I'm about to go to work in about like in an hour. Go to work. I'm gonna do a portrait. I don't think I'm gonna record that one, but I'll post it on Instagram. You guys go follow me, check it out. But yeah, to any artists out there, if you want to get more work, I think the main thing is just post more, be consistent with your content. You know, just because your art isn't as good as other people doesn't mean you can't post it or post about yourself. You know, it's all about documenting everything you do. You just want to document your whole life, put it on Instagram if that's what you want to do. You know, a lot of people don't like doing that. They don't like being out on Instagram like that, too crazy. But with this type of job and what we are doing, that's the best way you're gonna get work. People know more about you. Sometimes people, you know, they'll see a really good artist, but just because they like you or for whatever reason that they find you interesting or think you're funny or like what you're about or stuff like that, they'll rather come to you and let you tattoo them over someone that's really good. And I've seen that before. I've seen, you know, people choosing artists that aren't as good because they like the way they are, and that's facts right there. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people that don't like to talk. Like me, I don't really like to talk as much when I'm tattooing, but it's not because I don't want to talk to certain people. It's just I get so into the zone and I start tattooing, and sometimes I forget I'm even tattooing people. I'm just like, I forgot I was tattooing a human. You know, but there's days where like a conversation's really good and I'm talking, and those conversations are more about like conspiracy type of things, or like aliens and, you know, space, you know, money, how to make more money, trying to buy a house. I feel like that's the stuff I'm on right now. It's like building a business, trying to get a house, open up my own shop, things like that, you know. And but yeah, you gotta be chasing your own dreams, you know. Just because other people want certain things doesn't mean you have to want the same things, you know. There's people that want homes, businesses, kids. You know, just because that's being seen throughout the years as that's what you should do doesn't mean you have to do it. You do what makes you happy, what you're chasing. That's the main thing. You see, go in right there. I think I'm outlining with black at that point right there. But yeah, so I started drawing when I was like 10, 11. I've always been drawing. I think the first thing I drew was like a Dragon Ball Z character. I don't remember what character it was, but I think I got the book at school. They have to have those like book fair things, and we'll get a book. There's a Dragon Ball Z book, kind of taught you how to draw. And then I remember I would trace it. I traced it a lot of times. I traced that same drawing. I traced it. I traced it so much I was able to draw it on my own. And that's the first time I realized that you can teach yourself how to draw or do things, imitate things. And it showed me what can happen if you put in the work. You know, it was a good feeling knowing I was able to draw it without stenciling it. It felt really good. And since then I've always just kind of liked anything that has to do with drawing, arts and crafts. It's always called out to me. And even in high school I was always drawing, and then I think at around like 17, 18 years old, around there, one of my friends wanted to get tattooed him. I didn't mess it up that bad. It was kind of clean. It was just a letter R. Since then I've always just kept going, but at first it was tough. There would be days where I didn't want to tattoo. I don't know, it was hard. Tattooing was really hard for me. I know a lot of people say like, oh, like it's natural, it's this. At first nothing felt natural. It felt hard, it felt foreign, it felt I couldn't grasp it. I didn't even know I would be able to do shading as good as I can today, or even lines. Like, it felt impossible, but you know, I got there. To any other artist thinking they can't do it or that it's too hard, it's like, I went through it, I figured it out, I just didn't quit. That's what most people do. They quit too fast. They assume they're not ever gonna be able to do it, and that's what you can't do. You gotta keep pushing, keep wanting more. That's a 7 curve mag. I'm just going in there, building up the tones. I'm using a Cheyenne Hawk pen, the original one. I know there's a new one out, but I don't have it yet. I don't even know if I'm gonna get it. I might change up the actual machine brand. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do yet. I kind of want to do a tattoo with a built, like a custom tattoo machine, like one of those ones that you can kind of build real quick. I want to try it, see how good of a tattoo I can do with it. But yeah, my next goals right now are open up a tattoo shop, you know, have my own shop, to do actual seminars. I don't really have a spot to do that. Seminars, art classes, less art class. I just want to do art myself, paintings, things like that, chase things like that. And you know, get a home. I'm not sure if I just want to get a home to live in or try to get like an investment property, or that's what I'm up to right now. Just learning more, researching more. That's what you gotta do. You gotta keep learning. Can't stop learning. But yeah, I think there's more questions. Let me double check. I just want to make sure. Get a lot of people's questions in here. And my client took the tattoo pretty good. Like up until, I think once we started the actual border, that's when he started to say it hurt. He said it humbled him. And then someone asked like if like going into walk-in shops, does it lessen the detail on your work? And I feel in a way it does if you're working too fast, because you feel like you should tattoo that fast. And yeah, you gotta be a little bit faster, there's more clients in there, I feel that, but at the same time you don't want to lose the quality of what you're doing. You know what I mean? That's not gonna get you as far as quality work. It's not. And then someone asks, how much time do you set aside to edit videos and post on all your social media platforms? So with the social media stuff, like I'm pretty fast at editing a video pretty quick. So like if I have like 20-30 minutes, I could get that video edited real quick, do that, put that. Then for editing these YouTube videos, it's usually after work. I spend like an hour or two, and then I finish it the next morning or something like that. It's just either in the mornings or the nights before or after I tattoo. On the weekends, not really. I probably won't really edit a video unless I really have to, because I didn't have time. And then someone asked, can you make around 200 to 300K doing tattoos and piercings? For the tattooing, yes, it is possible. There's people that do it. And piercings, I don't know, I feel like maybe it's possible. I haven't seen it done. I feel like you'll have to be doing a lot of piercings and probably charging a lot. But maybe if they're doing like more of the advanced piercings, it's probably possible, but you have to be doing so many of them. And then if anybody wants to get tatted, I'm in Los Angeles. Get email my assistant. The email will be down below. I'm booking for November, December. I'll still book you in if you want, like next year. And then like I said, just let me know any other questions you guys wanna know. I'll answer them. Very starting to get used to like all this talking stuff. I think for the next video I'm gonna like write down some things I actually want to talk about, questions, you know. I'm eventually gonna come out with like merchandise, clothes and stuff, but that's for a whole different time. But yeah, there's a lot of people that comment on the videos. Thank you guys for watching. Let's see. Someone said an exercise that helped them is printing out the stencil and shading it with a pencil. For any other artists, you guys want to try that? Someone wants a video on editing. So for editing, the way I started just with my phone, and I was using iMovie. iMovie is probably the best thing to start with. It's very simple, very easy to learn. If you have a camera, even better, but I just use my iPhone to edit. iMovie is the best. Start with that, really get comfortable, and then now I use Final Cut Pro. It's a little more different. I caught onto it pretty quick just because of the iMovie. I think it helped me build, and then I was looking at a lot of YouTube videos. I would say to start with that. It's just trial and error. Like, you just gotta figure it out yourself. It's kind of, I'm not like a super advanced editor or anything like that. I just figured out how to do my own little videos and stuff. what volts. I use an econ, I don't know how to pronounce it, but it runs at bars, so it doesn't really tell me the number of volts or whatever. And for shading and lighting, I always use the same. It's always the same. I don't put it higher or lower. It's always the same voltage. And then someone asked, how often can you go over the skin? That's something you kind of like gotta tell yourself. I feel like when I'm putting in the lighter grays, I could go over it like 3 to 4 times, if that makes sense. It's kind of hard to explain because I'm just kind of building. You know, like with that spot right there right now. Like I'm gonna hit it for a little bit and then I let it settle for a while. And then I come back in a little bit later on through the tat and I add a higher tone to it. But it's like you gotta figure that all out. And then someone has, so and so artist says the opposite for realism. No line or liners really, but I know everyone tats different. So with that situation, there's always lines in certain tats. If there's shading being pushed off of something, there's a line under it, whether or not you can see it after the shading has been put in. You know, and then liners need to be needed for lips, eyes, some of the nose, round. You can use round shaders. You know, line. You know, there's different things. But yeah, I feel like with this video I'm kind of all over the place with things because of the questions and just everything. But for the next video for sure I'll have it a little bit more broken down with more questions. Hopefully you guys ask more questions in this video that I could put in things I want to talk about. You know, to all you artists out there, you know, save money, don't get reckless with it. I know once you start making money it comes, and I understand money comes and goes, but you gotta figure something out. You know, this thing doesn't last forever. Nothing lasts forever. You gotta figure out your situation. Have fun though, for sure. You know, go have fun, do your thing. But just figure out the business side. The business side has always been a little bit more tough. I feel like taxes and all of that. Like me, I have set up my LLC. I pay taxes quarterly. For any artists that are trying to make more money, I would recommend paying quarterly. Talk to your CPA. Tell them they could say you're paying quarterly. It's 4 times. It's like 3 times this year, then you pay January or something like that. I forgot. So in a couple of days, I'm gonna pay my taxes. Have that set up. Get an LLC set up. You know, you want everything as legit as you can. You can set up payroll service with certain people like ADP or Gusto, or there's all these different ones. But really study on the business side, because once the money starts coming, you want to know what to do when you got to do things. Make sure you got a good CPA, someone that's legit, works at a spot that's super legit, that's gonna help you out, not people that just want your money. You gotta find a real busy CPA. I feel like they're the ones that are more on it, less likely to come up on you because they already got enough work. They're just doing what they do. They're legit. You know, fix your credit if it's not fixed, or build your credit. You know, get credit cards, use them, pay them as soon as you use them. Worry about all that stuff. But yeah, the video's about to end soon. I didn't get the full video. I wasn't sure 100% if I was gonna be able to record really good on the neck, and now that I know you can, then next time I'll do the full thing. But I wasn't 100% sure. But anyways, go follow me on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. Let me know any other questions. Message me on Instagram. Let me know what you think about the videos. Give me more feedback. Share these videos on Instagram. Share me on Instagram. Help me get bigger. The more subscribers I get, the more people that watch, the more I could do better videos, get my own studio and do things like that. So please subscribe. And I'll talk to you guys in the next video.